So another distress tolerance skill that we can use is called self-soothe. And I'll be honest, this can be a challenging skill for those of us who don't feel like we deserve to be soothed. And what we have tried to reiterate to you guys over the several weeks that you've been here with us is that we all deserve to be soothed and we all deserve to get out of that distress zone. So we just want to emphasize that, yes, you actually deserve these things. So the whole point of self-soothe is to kind of take a break from your distressing emotions and those really intense urges and just do something nice for yourself for a little bit. And so what you want to do is be able to identify one thing that you can see, smell, touch, hear, and taste that is going to be soothing for you. So something that you can see might be looking at photos of a trip and like looking at a sunset or something like that. It's just something that kind of transports you somewhere else, or making a vision board or your Pinterest board or something like that. Just images that help you calm down a little bit more. Another option is to identify something that you can smell. So an example would be a nice candle or
lavender.
Yeah. Have yourself calm down and just relax and smell something different. For touch, it might be something as simple as like feeling the seam on your jeans, or petting your dog, or wrapping yourself up in a fuzzy fluffy fuzzy, fuzzy blanket. Anything that's going to help you just feel safe and secure.
And if you are in a space where you do have safe people or people around you that help you feel safe, you might also ask for a hug or ask to be embraced by a family member. That also can be touch, but make sure you're asking people before and that you feel comfortable touching someone also.
Yeah. For hearing, it can be a playlist. It can be calling a friend on a phone and just hearing a voice that you may not have heard in a couple of days because you're not at school. With this one, I would emphasize, like, if you're feeling sad, maybe don't put on your sad boy playlist to make you even more sad. Maybe try and play some music that gets you energized and hyped up and like kind of ready to take on the day, or motivates you to do something. And then finally, for taste, this can be something that's like, what is your comfort food? Like maybe baking some cookies, which like bring in the smell and the taste. Baking some cookies and getting to have some cookies and just like taking that time to do something a little bit different.
As you start to do these skills and you do become more comfortable with using self-soothe, a lot of you have your own self-soothe kits. And for those of you that don't, you might actually create or build a little box, or you can use a jewelry box or even a shoe box, and you can paint it and make it decorative however you want to. And you might actually start to create your own self-soothe kit where you're actually putting in items that when you're feeling distressed, you can go and open your self-soothe kit and use that. And it can be really, really helpful. Do you want to go over what's in our own self-soothe kit?
Absolutely.
All right.
You can go first.
Okay. So for me, self-soothe is something that I really have had to learn to enjoy, because sometimes it feels really uncomfortable to like soothe yourself. And over time, I will say that this skill's become really important. I know that if I'm feeling distressed, I need to take a break and go into my own space, which is usually in my bedroom or living room with the door closed, and then, busting out my self-soothe kit. And so what I like to do is I really like to go on YouTube and watch like puppy videos. I like to watch puppy videos of just dogs being silly or like just being all discombobulated. And that really can calm me down and also create happiness, which, is accumulating positives too, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Smell for me, lavender is really soothing. So is citrus. So I might, light a candle or put some essential oils in my diffuser and just kind of sit in my room and look out the window. I have a really good view of the sky from my bed. And so I might do that, because see for me, or something that soothes me that I can see, is also nature. So the sky, trees, being outside, things like that. Touch. I really like to have like a really cozy blanket. I also, I have these like pair of pants that I love, and sometimes I just like to touch them because they're velvet and they feel really nice. Here, definitely a pump up playlist. I am a 70-year-old man in a 32-year-old woman's body. So like Elton John, Bruce Springsteen, Bob Seger, any of those like Billy Joel too. Those get me going and help me calm down. And for taste, for me, a nice tea or a latte or some chocolate really helps me. What about you?
For me, my site self-soothe, I have a little folder on my phone of just like goofy videos of like nonsensical things my friends have done. And so if I'm feeling really sad or lonely or frustrated, like I can go into there and I can be like, oh, this is what Brooke did the other day. And I can just be like, yes, this is amazing. And just remind myself that one, I haven't always been sad and there are happy moments in my life. And like seeing and also hearing just like the silly things that my friends and I have done together is always really soothing for me. My smell, I have a like, if zombie apocalypse required candles, I have that next to my bed. For different moods, I have different scented candles, and I'll just light one and lay on my bed and just kind of feel my feels, but also just like take in. Cedar is like a really big one for me. So just take in the smells of whatever candle feels right. For touch, I also have a fuzzy blanket that I just like need to be wrapped in. And definitely like no shoes, putting on slippers and just like cozying up. I do have a bad bitch playlist, and it does definitely hype me up. Lizzo is a key factor on that one for sure.
Lizzo is your self-soothe.
Lizzo is my self-soothe. Whether it's watching videos of her dance or listening to her sing, she is my self-soothe. And for taste, I think I really started to love cooking because this is such a big self-soothe for me. And when I'm cooking, it incorporates the smell as well. So for me, taste, like, yes, I do love chocolate as well, but like spicy foods are really big for me. So like Indian food is really fun. I'm like learning how to make that. So that's been a big self-soothe for me. Thanks, guys.